This is the afternoon edition of the Weather Xtreme video. This is for Tuesday, June 30th. I'm James Spann. Had the big storms this morning really stabilizing the atmosphere for the northern half of the state today. Most of the action way down south as we do this update. And those storms really kicked up a fuss. Here's some of the damage in the Birmingham metro this morning. This happened between about 7 and 8 o'clock, right in the middle of the morning drive period. This damage coming from Homewood and Mountain Brook. A lot of trees and power lines blown down there. And this afternoon, the bulk of the action shifting down south. That was a shelf cloud coming into Fort Morgan this afternoon, where they had some brief heavy rain and very strong winds with that, causing some scattered damage on the Gulf Coast. That's a big picture. Still got the big heat bubble in the west, trough in the east. That was the radar at 2:38. Heavier storms lined up from near Navarre Beach to Dothan, and those are moving east. Still some lingering light rain over South Alabama, but really for our end of the state, things are pretty quiet. Again, we can thank that morning batch of storms for stabilizing the atmosphere. It really worked things over pretty well, and accordingly, it's just not that warm for the end of June. Tuscaloosa 78, Birmingham 82, Anniston 84. No 90s anywhere on that map, and that's a good thing. Very active weather east and south of the state. The pink counties, those are all severe thunderstorm watch boxes, all the way from the Florida Panhandle to Pennsylvania. And that's where a slight risk of severe weather is in place. And for our end of the state, the risk of any strong storms is ended for today. Tomorrow, a marginal risk for the far northern part of the state, the Tennessee Valley. And on day 3, which is Thursday, we have a marginal risk for about the northern half of the state. And these summer storms, they're chaotic, random. They can be strong. You see a wet microburst from time to time. Very hard to deal with because of their random and scattered nature. Overall rain for the next 5 days, valid through Sunday morning. Heavier totals near the Tennessee border. In fact, amounts about 3 inches there, but much lighter amounts on the Gulf Coast. And if you're beach bound for the 4th of July weekend, looks very typical. About 7 to 9 hours of sun each day with that chance each day of a passing storm. They had one in most places today. And the good news, no tropical storms to worry about. Tropical storm formation not expected across the vast Atlantic basin anytime soon. There is just a lot of dry air there. All right, model fans, here we go. The GFS, this is the 12Z run, valid tomorrow at 1 o'clock local time on the 1st of July. Got the mean trough still over the eastern U.S., and for us, the overall circumstances just don't change much. Moist air, no doubt, will have the chance of a passing shower or storm, and like today, it's not going to rain all day. The sun should be out at times, high in the mid to upper 80s. The better chance of a storm, afternoon and evening. We cannot rule out the chance of a late night or a morning storm like today. This is the high-res NAM, the 4-kilometer NAM at 2 o'clock tomorrow, looking fairly active for the northern half of the state. But that's the deal really through the weekend. There's a look at Thursday. Now, there is a pretty deep surface low for July over southeast Missouri. That might be a day where severe storms could be a problem. There's something to think about there. And then Friday, the surface low weakens and moves east, and we stay in the soupy air. So again, a few passing showers and storms likely with highs in the mid to upper 80s. Same thing Saturday for the 4th of July. And the same thing Sunday. And like we stressed, it's just not going to rain the whole time, but be ready for a passing storm from time to time. And you'll see some sun as well. Same thing Monday of next week, and this is Tuesday, a week from today, July 7th. The heights are coming up. That trough is lifted out, so we think heat levels start to increase, probably see low 90s next week, but still plenty of moisture, so some risk of scattered showers and storms. This is the end of the forecast, July 10th. The end of next week, a 594 heat ring. We'll keep an eye on that thing. It's centered over Kansas, the 590 ring into North Alabama. And that looks pretty hot, steamy, widely scattered storms. Temperatures in the 80s through the weekend, but back in the 90s next week, low to mid-90s. And look at the anomalies July 8th through July 14th. A little above average here, below average just north and west of here. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video today. We'll have notes in the blog. Next video here by 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. If you can't catch us this evening on the live stream or the television side, ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10. Thanks for watching. Have a great evening, and God bless.